Hey guys, what's going on? This is Stomach Grumbles and you're watching Stomach TV. And today I'm bringing you my sniper tutorial. I've talked about this in my videos that I was making it, and so here it is. And it is a sniping tutorial for beginners. This isn't an advanced sniping tutorial. I'm playing against bots in the footage here, and I'll continue to play against bots throughout the footage, showing you the different techniques that I talk about. So first and foremost, this is sniping. All depends on your skill level and how much you practice and play the game, and we'll talk about practice later on. The first section we have that we're going to talk about is movement. Then we're going to go on to no scoping, hard scoping, quick scoping, and then I will talk about my methodology and practice. Hey guys, this is the movement part of the tutorial. Now what we're going to cover here is how to move with the sniper rifle, getting to certain points on the map, how to look down lines of sight, and start getting better at thinking about what sort of avenue of approach the enemy player has for you. So first, what I did right here is I pulled out my pistol or combat knife, depending on if you're running primary gunfighter, so you can have 3 attachments and you're just going to do sniping. Anyways, you pull out your secondary weapon and you run up to a point of interest. Now, some maps like Newtown, you have to worry about nades and things like that. So that's okay. You can deal with that, put on flak jacket or whatever. But what you want to do is you want to get to a position of cover, or take cover, and start looking down your avenues of approach, which is basically your line of sight. So you're not going to be able to run and gun per se with a sniper rifle. So what you want to do is you want to come up, find cover behind a spot, and look down these avenues of approach. But when you're rounding the corner, you want to be scoping in at the same time or already scoped in. And it's kind of a guessing game. So you've got to figure out, is there a guy in the window? Is there a guy coming out that front door? Is he going to be in the garage? But you have to take everything into account. So when you're aiming down sights, you need to pull your scope up and in down the avenues of approach, or most likely avenues of approach for the enemy players. Like right here, looking down this hallway, this is a big quad feed shot, right? You can pull out really good quick scopes right here, and you can also hard scope down this alley, which all equals freaking wind scopes. So you're covering different areas. Right here, there's definitely a quick scoping spot. A guy's going to pop out there, and you're gonna have to quick scope him. So and that's what you want to cover. It's sort of like playing with the shotgun. You want to make sure your crosshairs are already facing the direction that you believe the enemy player is going to be coming down before he's even there. That way you can pull up and hit that really good quick scope, or you're already facing down your line of sight into his avenue of approach, waiting for him to come your direction. And as far as navigating, like you see, I ran back here with my sniper rifle. Anytime you're going to take a long run, pull out your secondary. That is your, I've proven that in my secondary stomach videos. If you are running quickly, you have a better chance if you come one-on-one with the character with your secondary than you would with your primary weapon, being a DSR or Ballista. Quick scopes are great, but a pistol is going to be better overall if you're coming up against an SMG player. And then again, you're looking down here and you're going down the avenues of approach. So follow these methods, guys. Look at the lines of sight. Look down your lines of sight, your hard scoping. If you have a line of sight that doesn't have a lot of space between you and the enemy player, it's definitely where a quick scope is going to come into play. Hey guys, this is the section where we're going to cover no scoping or hip fire accuracy with the DSR. Now the DSR, I'm picking this because it's the most popular gun in the game and what I'm going to base my tutorials on today. Now the hip firing, it can be very important. It can be very useful, especially in fast-paced gameplay where you have a lot of guys rushing at you, and you may only have the option of quick scoping. So the next question naturally is, should I attach the laser sight attachment? Now, I'm going to tell you no, and it's based off of this test I did right here. I'm picking 3 different spots on the map, firing at this mannequin. It's got good lighting, so I chose this mannequin and a good background to see how many actually connect even around her. So I picked, there's 5 shots from each section, and it's a full clip. So we are testing first, as you can see, with the laser sight. And so far, there's only been 2 hits with the laser sight, and there will be 5 total after we move up to, one little, I guess, square foot or square 4 feet. I don't know. I guess you can't square it. Anyways, we are, trying the up close range, but still not muzzle buried into their stomach, basically. You see how I worked my own name back into the conversation? Anyways, so we get 5 shots total, 1 headshot, great. The DSR, if it connects, it's going to take them out. So here's what we get with the DSR without the laser sight attachment. Now all I'm doing is scoping in to make sure I've got, the middle torso. I did that with the laser sight as well. And what we're going to see is that from a distance, for guys wanting to do across the map, no scopes and stuff like that, it looks like one is hit already and we have 2 bullets left. So, and it looks like we're going to get a second connection from distance without the laser sight. It's kind of weird. So I don't know what randomization they throw in there to change up the hip fire spread on the DSR, but it seems to lessen it with the laser sight attachment. And I'm sure if I do 100 different tests, I'll get some different results. But I think the final verdict here, what we want to look at with this weapon is that you are not getting any benefit or any more benefit one way or the other by using it. And I think I hit her head, or at least got close with one of those shots. But you're not getting any benefit by wasting the attachment slot for the laser sight. So don't do it. Add the ballistic CPU, add fast mags or extended clip, and let's do it that way. See, and then this had 6 shots without the laser sight that connected. So you're looking at one shot one way or the other. So basically, when you're choosing to hip fire using the DSR or another sniper rifle, my tip to you, or my conclusion with this is, make sure you're close. The hip fire and accuracy is terrible at distance. If you hit a shot, it will be a lucky shot, and that will be it. Hey guys, now that we know how to move with the sniper rifle, let's go into one of the firing techniques that I'm going to cover in this tutorial called hard scoping. And most people know what this is if you've been around the Call of Duty community, and it's the most frustrating thing a sniper can do to another team if he's effective at it. But I want to talk to it in terms of an aggressive sniper, somebody who is attacking the objective or attacking the other team, and not just sitting at the back of the map, laying down, scoped in down the most used avenue of approach that there is on whatever map you're on. Hard scoping is just a way of scoping in for longer periods of time to make sure that you get an accurate shot. With the DSR, you were looking for that accurate shot all the time because it's a one shot, one kill. You're gonna, you'll be able to take somebody out very quickly with the DSR. You rarely get hit markers, so you want to make sure every shot counts. Hard scoping is a way to make sure that your shot counts, but you don't want to abuse it if you want a decent reputation within the community, or especially if you're putting up YouTube videos and stuff. Nobody wants to see you at the back of the map, hard scoping your brains out, to 100+ win or something like that. That's just not my bag. This tutorial is made to teach you, you beginners, on how to snipe aggressively. So hard scoping has its place within the game. Let's say you're going from one position to another, or you want to clear out a team that is rushing very hard. To sit back momentarily, take those take those shots, those very accurate shots, get the enemy team to respawn, so that you can move up and either take an objective or take a certain part of the map that bot cannot fire at all. So hardscoping has its place, but you know, do not abuse it, or you'll catch flack. It's just one of the tools in your toolbox. So what you're going to do is you want to find cover for sure. You want to find cover so that the enemy can't get you with every shot that they fire. You take cover and you aim down sights pretty much for a pretty extended amount of time, like I did, like right there with that alley. There's 3 people in that alleyway. Why not? And they're not looking at me. Let's take some accurate shots on them. I don't need to quick scope. I don't need to, you know, I don't need to try to go as fast as I can and, you know, hit 3 awesome quick shots. I want to go for the victory, and that means I need to get kills. So right here, I'm demonstrating something you don't want to do. You take your shots from a good position. It's an area of cover, but you can't see everything. You can see a lot of the map right here, but there's be some guys that sneak by. So as this bot will show me in a minute, he will sneak up on me, he will flank me because I'm sitting here hard scoping down the map, and he's going to take me out, and then he's going to do a little bot teabag on me. You don't want to do that. You want to fire, kill a couple guys, let them respawn and move forward. A technique that in the military we call bounding. You take some guys out or lay down some cover fire, and then you move forward, and, you know, and you play the aggressor. So, you know, right here, it's a great time to hard scope. Take a nice, clean, crisp shot where you're aiming down the sights. Right here, if I was playing against a regular guy, I would have been dead. And any regular guy that's not a bot would have seen me right there as well and turned around. So being up close, that's where we're going to cover in the quick scoping part of the tutorial, where it's a good time to fire as quickly as you can. You can scope in, you can try the no scope, which we covered before, because being right up next to somebody is a great time to do that. And also when we go through the practice session, I'll show you a game of my practice, and hopefully you will see plenty of no scopes in there as well, and when the time is to use those. Anyways, that wraps up this part of the tutorial, guys. If you have any questions about hard scoping, please give me, you know, put a comment in the comment section, and I'll answer any of your questions. And remember, don't abuse it, just use it when you need it. Alright guys, now we're going to move on to the quick scoping portion of this tutorial, and we're going to do a similar test as we did with the no scopes. Now, I don't believe quick scoping is the best for all situations, and when you want to become a well-rounded sniper, you need to know exactly what those situations are. So essentially what I'm doing right here is scoping in to do the quick scope, basically going as fast as I can, and you know, I'm going to start firing. As soon as the crosshairs come up, you fire, sometimes even before that. In Modern Warfare 2, and I believe Modern Warfare 3, the aim assist would help you quick scope better. As long as you scoped in just enough and fired, it would connect with the target basically. Well, the aim assist doesn't work for sniper rifles, and you can see from a distance it's not the most accurate. But we'll do a few more shots up close, and you can see that at about the max effective range for a shotgun, minus the KSG, you are very, very accurate doing a very, very quick shot. And then you'll see as I move up here in a second and take the last 10 shots, you'll see that, you know, a few feet away, it almost never misses. It really depends on the aim down sights. How far did you aim down, you know, and look through your scope, or how long did you look through your scope? You can see here I'm going, as soon as the crosshairs come up, I'm firing. And sometimes it's perfect, like it is right there in the middle with that grouping, and sometimes it's not. Now we'll go over and do some live quick scoping. This is in a match with bots, and there are, I believe, 6 bots out right now. Situations where I'm really up close, like I am with these, that wasn't a quick scope, but when you're right up close is the perfect time to quick scope. You just want to make sure, as if you were hip firing with a shotgun, that, or actually, you know, as we talked about in movement, that you're crosshairs are in the general direction of the guy that you want to shoot at, or actually covering him directly. You'll see with each time I scope in, or I pull off a quick scope, the crosshairs are directly over the character. And if not, to perform another type of shot called drag scoping, you'll basically drag in as quickly as you can to that character, or even through and past the character, if you're a little off when you scope in. And that's drag scoping is kind of similar to quick scoping. The quick scopes are directly on the guy, and then when you scope in and you can tell that you're not going to hit him and you drag it, that's drag scoping. But quick scoping here, especially on a map like Nuketown, is essential to know. You can tell sometimes that at a distance I will hit the individual or hit the bot, but sometimes for some reason it just doesn't connect. Now, the other thing about quick scoping is there is a rhythm and a pace to aiming down the sight, firing the shot, and then reloading the bullet into the chamber in order to shoot. You can't scope fire, scope fire, scope fire. There's a little bit more of a pause for the reloading animation, so you're going to have to keep that in mind. So quick scoping, again, it is for up close combat. It is for guys that are rushing you, and you don't have the ability to take that another half second or quarter second to actually get a really good beat on the guy. You're just trying to take the quickest shot you can in order to survive the confrontation. Anyways, guys, I really hope this helps, and we'll see you in the next section. The next section is going to be on how to set up practice. Now, you're going to want to do this from the main menu. You will scroll down to local, go ahead and select that. You want to go in and do your created classes. I'm going to do a brief example in here as we go through. Scroll down to your sniper rifles. I'm going to pick the DSR here, and throw on your attachments. Ballistic CPU, extended clip, should be called magazines, but whatever. Set it up exactly how you want to have it. I'm using the Cap 40 here, extended clip. I'll start off showing you what I would use for the practice in the LAN party or the local party. Which is I would use, extreme conditioning, lightweight, scavenger, or you can use the class that I would suggest, and I'll pop up here in the window in a minute. Use the flak jacket and tack mask along with either toughness or fast hands. So you can switch to that secondary. That's what I normally do for my class setups. That's the closest to what I snipe with in game. So you want to practice with both, whether you're going to have a lot of fun or not. Now we want to go in and set up our bots. So we're going to do 9 enemy bots down to 1, depending on what you're comfortable with, and then go into change the bot difficulty to recruit, because remember, you're practicing your shot in here. Now when we go to game setup, I already have one set up, but I want to go in and show you this anyways. Nuketown is a great map to practice your sniping on, especially more the quick scoping or wind scoping, which is faster, right? So you can go through all the different match types. I'd say just keep it on team deathmatch. Then you can go in and set the score limit. I recommend around 200, which you'll see me go down here in a second and set it on. Set it around 200. Get some good practice in. 2 teams, so it's just you against the other team and the enemy's not killing each other. So don't set it on hardcore. What happens when you do this is you're going to have to, you also want to change your time limit to unlimited, so it doesn't run out before you get those 200 kills in. What you want to do, or what you're going to have to do in here, is go back and set up your bots again. If you every time you go in and change the team type, it makes you reset the bot. So I've done that. And guys, that in a nutshell is how you set up your practice, and then go in there and go to town and practice the techniques I've taught you before this. And I think that concludes this section. I hope you guys enjoyed. Okay guys, in the last section we covered practice. Now this is me actually in a practice session. I think I have a few less bots than what I would normally go through, but I want to talk to you first about my methodology, and I've mentioned this in a lot of my videos, and it's called win scoping. And the other types of scoping and methods that I talked about already, I don't know what that bot's doing. Anyways, the other types of scoping in that I talked to you about, the no scopes, the hard scopes, the quick scopes, those are stereotypical things people can get either upset with you about or judge you about in the game. Don't worry about it. Black Ops 2 is a very difficult game to be a sniper in. It's somebody who wants to do well and excel in regular gameplay as a sniper. So I created this thing called win scoping, and it's just for this simple fact that you're going to scope in as fast as you can and kill as many people as you can without sitting at the back of the map or staying in the same spot the entire game. So that is win scoping, guys. Take any shot you can, and remember, take the shot. If you don't fire or try to fire, then you'll never get a shot off, period. This game is way too fast to not take the shot. So take the shot, go for the win scope, and keep doing it. So in order to get better, we've got to practice. I covered that in the practice session. You have to practice. You have to not pick up the DSR or the Ballista and put it down 2 minutes later because the guys running SMGs are better than you. You have to practice. Come into practice mode like I am here and just shoot a bunch of bots, and don't worry about your KD, because if you're trying to be a sniper or trying to get as good as Spratty and Steve Schwint and Snipinator and Hutch and all these guys, it's not going to happen if you keep putting down the weapon. Unless you're just innately good, you've got to practice. And I don't think you have made it this far if you were innately good. This tutorial is for people who really need help. So you have to practice, and you have to go through games, and you have to try to better yourself in the pubs to try to get better. It's essential. Okay, another topic I want to talk about in here as we kind of look at this practice gameplay is sensitivity. And I've got my sensitivity set at 11 in this gameplay, and a lot of y'all probably haven't made it past 3 or 4 or 5, and that's great for red gun gameplay. It helps you get a good accurate shot, and you can think a little bit more. It helps you control your gun and your character a little bit more. But as a sniper, you're going to be looking down that scope so much. Your reaction time is essential. So start working your sensitivities up as much as you can, and practice is the best place to do it. So that'll help you with your sensitivity. All right. The other thing I want to talk to you about is setting your controller to tactical, and this is very hard. But you'll see me throughout this video, and you can go back and look if I don't do it again. But you'll see me pop up and down behind this car or behind other types of cover, especially when I need to reload. Now, by setting your controller to tactical, you take the button, the right thumbstick, and you set that to, and that is no longer your melee button. It is your it's like what I'm doing right here. This is done with the right thumbstick as opposed to I forget, I think the circle button. Anyways, but it allows you to pop up and down, reload, not get, I guess, helps you take cover a lot more quickly. Now it takes away your ability to panic knife, which for a sniper is sometimes useful. I find myself wishing that maybe I ducked and knifed at the same time with that button. But anyways, that button is very essential. If you can work on tactical, that's my recommendation to you, because you'll be able to take cover a lot easier. Anyways, guys, that's been the tutorial. If you have any questions or want me to cover anything else, let me know in the comment section. Yeah, and I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was useful. Let me know. Anyways, guys, that's my time for the tutorial, and I want to say I appreciate you guys, and I really do hope this helps the beginning snipers out there. And remember, stay hungry, my friends.